what was the vibe like before you guys would walk out to start a show? You'd rehearsed it. You'd probably done did they still do the dress rehearsal for
oh yes.
So you did that. So before you guys were ready to go live and do it, what was the camaraderie or were you guys a team? Was there like a did you guys get together and have a huddle beforehand, or what was the vibe like?
No, you couldn't because you were on all different areas of the stage.
Right.
Which is strange because we went and saw the show, I guess, 2 years ago. I had never seen it before. I'd never been in the audience before. And it was, I think Ed Helms was the host. And they've really blocked off a lot of sections of the floor, which we used to use the whole floor as sets.
Meaning what? Because I can't even picture to begin with what the floor would look like. What do you mean by sectioned off?
They've closed it off,
There's sets where you can't see everything from certain parts of the audience, right?
Well, they've used them. I think they're using parts of where, like, the bleachers are for the upstairs. We used, some of that area was opened up, and we used the floor area as sets. And now they're just enclosed. I think they use them for costume changes and wig changes and things like that. So they use very little of the floor now. And I think, also they have just new technology that helps them along. Did
you get that feeling? Like, because I've gone back to theaters that I performed at when I was a kid, and you walk in there and you have that kind of weird, like, oh shit, I'm on, kind of like for me anyway, I get like a weird energy of like you remember some of that, the old frights. What was it like going back and seeing a show there and not being like having to go out and do it?
Oh, you mean did I have like auxiliary stage fright?
Well, no. What's it like to return there after years and see it different? Like, what was the emotional?
Well, they cleaned it up nice. The upstairs was always so ratty. Speaking of what it was like in the beginning, because we had all their shit furniture.
Right.
Like from the. Whatever floor that was...
From the oral histories that I've read.
Let's give him that couch from Bob's
You guys were punk
office.
rock. You were doing a variety show. The whole point was it was a variety show by people that were not supposed to be in charge of content.
That was what was so exciting about it. We really felt like we were able to put on stuff that made us laugh. And we just couldn't believe the kind of stuff that we were able to put on.
The interesting thing is that constant question of when is comedy, because when you're laughing at things, there's nothing more subversive than that. And then at the same time, like, everybody loves to laugh, and that's why it's subversive. So then, like, comedy becomes institutionalized. I don't know what the fuck my point is and where I'm going with this rant, but it's like this was a punk rock variety show with a bunch of pot smoking, happy-go-lucky people just fucking around, and it was live. And it wasn't supposed to. The idea that you had cones on your head was ironic. It wasn't like, hey, let's get the cone. I don't know how to articulate it.
Well, I think that the reason it still is successful is because it's allowed to be idiosyncratic. Character-driven stuff always works if it's a really original character. And I think that they pick good talent, and they have good writers. It's not always at the same time, but they've always had great people, always, and they've had tough seasons and they've had great seasons.
Do you watch it? Have you watched it consistently all the way through? Or do you...
No, when my kids were small, I didn't, and there was no such thing as TiVo. But now that there is, I watch it all the time. I love it.
Yeah.
Because I still love sketch comedy.
I mean, if today's SNL was held to the, or if 1975 SNL was held to the standard that we do now, where we go, okay, what were the two funny sketches? Let's put them on Split Sider and put a little clicky link in the thing. Like, it was a variety show, and you come in the description of that process is amazing.
Who was the coolest musical guest that you got to meet? For me, like, I don't get starstruck around actors or like famous people, but musicians always.
Me too.
Yeah,
me too.
The comedians, we all love rockers and musicians.
I'm the same way.
So who was the grooviest that you got to meet?
Ooh, David Bowie.
Oh shit! See, like, I'm straight, but I would make out with Bowie. I would absolutely like right now. I'd make out with David Bowie.
Yeah, George Harrison too.
Oh,
George Harrison.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd
make out with his ukulele.
On there? It's almost more notable. Like who in those 5 years who wouldn't have been on there?
So what was Bowie singing then? Do you remember the songs he sang? What records was he doing then?
I don't. I just remember that Klaus Nomi and Joey Arias, who had been a groundling, and Tony Sales, who was my best friend in middle school, were in his band.
Just because he picked up local guys? Or,
You're just the Forrest Gump of David Bowie's... Did you, at that point, did you go, wait, is that what I am? Am I a cog in David Bowie's...
That's right, I'm Zelig. Yeah, it's just, no, but I just wish they would have Skrillex on, that's all.
you were
all right, hashtag Skrillex on SNL. That's,
you were definitely there during some of the, for me, the coolest era of music, like the talent back then.
Yeah, Devo was on, and Elvis Costello, and...
I mean, for sure, back then that was and it you can't talk shit about SNL now, and it's like that's the thing, you can't talk shit about it. That's not cool. Like, it's a fucking institution, and now half my friends are on it, and or have been on it, and it's like it's an institution. How like your mind is torn in half by your relationship with SNL. The Lonely Island guys who started as Channel 101 guys and went to SNL, and I think it was one of them that kind of summed it up. I'm sure this has been pointed out by anyone else, but they had said, everyone has grown up on SNL. Everyone thinks that the SNL from when they were 10 years old was the perfect SNL, and everyone thinks that the SNL from when they're 20 is a piece of shit. Like everyone has that luxury now. Like it's been there the entire time, and you go like, and I went, Martin Short, Christopher Guest, holy shit, those were the days.
They were great.
They were, but it's like they weren't any better than anything. I mean, it's crazy to appraise seasons of SNL.
But it's also crazy to just say one season was better than the other because they were all different.
Yeah.
And
season 4 of Community, however, was a lot like watching the season 20 of SNL be forced to watch season 1 of Chevy Chase's talk show on a beach. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I would, if I had my preference, you would stay up here for our next guest to come up, just because I think it would be interesting to have you up here, but you could totally leave too and pretend that you have a medical emergency or a family in pain.
But there's no dialogue between me and your guest, right?
No, there is. You stay there. You stay exactly where you are. That's why I think it might be
well, why don't I move over here and all? Because I'm really interested in what he has to say, which I could hear out there too.
I say stay exactly where you are and just okay, good. I just wanted to make sure you didn't want to like leave.
No, I don't want to leave.
Okay, I'm kind of.
I mean, we are going somewhere after this, but I don't want to leave now.
All right.
Are we supposed to leave, Chad?
No.
All right.
Remember that guy? It's the Lorraine Newman no guy.
Would you save a seat for me?
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes he likes stuff. The Lorraine Newman no guy.